I got more drip than a little bit. I'm sunshine with the punchlines. I take jabs at 5-0, throw uppercuts at the one time. I talk shit and back it up, but most times I stay in the cut. In other words, I'm posted up away from y'all know what's up. Hater proof I get away from you. I can't stand your ass and you know it's true. We can step outside, make it do what it do. He don't want no smoke, he ain't got a clue. It's Nitro.
Okay, guys, here's the man of the hour. You ready for it? Bring it up big. Bring it up real big. He cured childhood leukemia by himself. Single-handedly killed the Queen of England just this past week. Everybody, I want you to go real big. Give it up for Mr. Chris Nee!
Bringing nothing but heat, leave you hanging like clothespins. He's a beast when he goes in, ice cold frozen. The first round draft pick, #1 chosen. Drop bombs, explosion, self-promotion. And I keep shit moving.
Rutledge like Barrel Hall, make some fucking noise! Yes! Man, thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I look, sorry I look a little disheveled up here. It's just called being engaged. I'm kidding. I am engaged. I am getting married in 3 months, which is a very big thing happening in my life. Yep. I don't know why she's with me. We still have 3 months. There's still time. I can fuck this up, guys. I still have time. We're here. Nah, man, I look a little disheveled up here is because I just had my bachelor party last weekend. Yeah. And I can stand up here with 100% certainty that I am still 100% hungover and feeling the effects that I had from that weekend. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy, man. Bachelor parties aren't what they used to be, you know? Bachelor parties used to be about the groom, you know? You go out for one night with your best friend, you get shitty, maybe see a pair of titties that aren't your future wife's, and then, like, you go on with the night. Like, that's it. But now it's a whole weekend affair. And now it's more about the people I'm with than me, you know? Because all my friends are either married, engaged, having kids, stressful job. I saw a side of my friends that I'd never seen before. I saw a side of myself that I'd never seen before, if we're going to be honest with each other. My one best friend, he comes up to me, he goes, Chris, it's your bachelor party this weekend. We could do whatever you want. Like, I'm down to get crazy. I'm like, no, I know, man. He's like, no, seriously, like, we could fuck with some drugs. If you want to do some meth, I'm down. I'm like, okay, first off, we're in Chesapeake City, Maryland. The whitest place where you can go for a bachelor party. This is where, like, history teachers go to retire, you know? And you're talking about hard drugs. And then he just goes, just saying. And then he walked away. And then my best friend, since we were babies, best friend, he looked me dead in the eyes and he goes, it's your bachelor party weekend. We could do whatever you want. I'm like, yeah, I understand that. He's like, no, seriously. If you want to fucking kill somebody, I will. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, guys, you know a bachelor party is my last big celebration in order for me to make it to my wedding so I can marry my wife. Not to get a drug charge or face life in prison for first-degree murder. So, there was no meth. There was no murder. There were no titties. But unfortunately, me and my friends, we did get crabs. Yeah, there was, when we first got there, there was one house attached to us, and this guy in his 60s, his name is like Todd. And he came over, and we're like, let's make friends with this guy because we're going to be fucking raging all weekend. Like, we can't get arrested for this. And he came over, introducing each other, having a good time. Hey, buddy, you want a beer? I'm like, yeah. I gave him a beer. 2 hours later, fucking still there. I'm like, Todd, what the fuck is this? 4 hours later, Still there. Todd, what the fuck? This is getting weird. And then, as the night went on, me and my best friends, we got drunk. He came over about 2 a.m. and he gave us crabs. I'm talking about Maryland fresh crabs, not the disease, you fucking sickos. Get your mind out of the gutter. One thing my bachelor party did show me, I can't go as hard as I used to, I'll tell you that much. I'm talking about a week hangover. It wasn't even like fun. I got in the car, my fiance Mara picked me up, I'm like, babe, never again. This is it. But it was such a wild weekend from the bachelor party, and I was so hungover, and I'm just like, I'm never doing it again. I can't. It did show me. I can't party like I did anymore. I think it's time for me to throw in the white flag soon. Not now, soon. Throwing it in. But before, I'm going to tell you some of my favorite drunk stories. How about that? You guys ready for that? Yep. Yeah. We'll see if I'm still engaged after this. Memorial Day weekend. It's the best weekend. Me and my best friends always get a place for the weekend. 3 nights of partying, 1 day off, good to go for work on Tuesday. It's a blast. And this one weekend, we were on the beach drinking all day, and we thought it was a good idea after the beach to drink at the bar before we went out drinking. Because that's what you're doing, Delco. You just keep drinking. You don't stop. Right. And we got in this bar, and my best friend, God rest his soul, Sean, he passed away a couple years tragically. We lived together senior summer, and every single time we got hammered, he would be like, hey, take your pants off, stay a while. Oh, there's the title. And whatever we did, poop, anything, throughout the night, he'd be sitting on the couch, just jeans or shorts around his ankles. It was great. Mid-conversation, whenever we hit it, you do it. Mid-conversation, he's hitting on a girl, I'm fucking this up. He's not getting anything tonight. He's talking to a girl, Sean, take your pants off, stay a while. Mid-conversation, yeah, so like last week we were like doing this, and then like we went up like this. Just go on with a normal conversation like it never happened. This weekend got weird. So we went to a bar off the beach. It was titled Bar. That was it. There was no name to it. It was called Bar. And it was just me and my group of friends, and then this guy at the end of the bar with a Cincinnati Reds hat and a red shirt for no reason. And so I don't know why. When me and Sean got drunk, we did Boston accents. And I think it was because we loved the town. So whenever we were drunk, like, oh, you motherfucker, go over there and get me a lager. Horrible Boston accent, but we did it anyway. So we were at the bar. I'm calling on my friends. Oh, there's my fucking Uncle Tony over there, blah, blah, blah. And I pointed to this guy, and I called him Uncle Bob. This guy was loving it. Loving it. And he got so into it, he started fueling the fire, giving us shots, giving us beers. We're wrecked at 3 p.m. And then we're like, guys, let's call it quits. We got to get home because we have to go out and drink after this. We're walking home, and we're all walking. Behind us, we hear. I look behind us. Fucking Uncle Bob's there. I'm like, what are you doing, Uncle Bob? He goes, hey, yeah, I got into a fight with my wife, so, I thought I'd just hang out with you guys. I don't know why when I got drunk, I just, old men want to hang out with me. I don't know why. So he's following us, and then my buddy Nick goes, that's cool, Uncle Bob. Fucking playing along with it. What's your problem, Uncle Bob? He goes, well, my wife's mad at me because my wife walked into my son having sex with his girlfriend. We're like, all right, that's completely normal. Like, what? That's cool. And then he goes, yeah, well, my son's 19 and she was 15. And I was like, oh, okay, now that's fucking weird. Now that's weird. But he follows us back to the house, right? he follows us back to the house, and we're all in the kitchen. We have like a group huddle going on, like, yeah, what are we going to do here? Do you want to get him out of here? How are we going to get him out of here? Should we give him more beer? Should we just kick him out? What are we going to do? Get him in an Uber? Wild. So Sean goes, hey, take your pants off, stay a while. But this wasn't just jeans and boxers. They took it to a whole other level. We had to get Uncle Bob out. Sean, my cousin Anthony, go butt-ass naked in front of Uncle Bob. Sean's nose is hit. Uncle Bob is here, and Sean's wiener is right on his nose. And Anthony is sitting on a lazy boy to the right of him, dick slanging to the left. Uncle Bob is mortified. I have pictures. I will show you their penises after this show if you want. The pure terror that was in this man's face. He got up and jetted out. I've never seen somebody leave so fast in my life. Another story. This is how I got the nickname King Dewey. First question. Did you ever go to the bathroom, take a look at your own shit, and think to yourself, I'm not going to live long? I have IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome, but it should be called irregular bizarre shits. So it was my best friend Nick's birthday, and we were down the shore again. And again, we decided to drink before we went out drinking, because that's what you do. That's just the theme of this whole thing. That's what you do. And we were at the bar. We had a booze cruise lined up, right? And we went to the bar, having the time of our lives. I overdosed on mozzarella sticks the night before. My stomach ain't doing good. A lot of liquor, a lot of fast food, fried food, disgusting. And we were in the bar, having the time of our lives. Everybody's dancing, drinking. I farted. It was silent. You had no clue it was me. Silent as a bird. But it just so happened God works in mysterious ways. As I farted, some drunk guy brushed up on Nick's shoulder. Fucking dancing, brushed on his shoulder, and then went around and went, right? Once the brush started, the stinks start happening. Nick, love him to death, hothead. He was like, that fucking guy just farted on me. I'm gonna fuck him up. And Sean's half shot in the ass. He didn't even see what happened. Sean's just down the ride. He's like, yeah, fuck him. Let's fuck him up. I can't say a word, guys. I can't fucking. It gets worse. It gets worse. People start dancing. Live band, probably 3 o'clock in Seattle City. Everyone's 2 shits to the wind. Having the time of their lives. Slowly, one by one, people start falling off the dance floor. And I'm not talking falling off. You're seeing people like this. And then going to like this. It got so bad. Cleared the dance floor. The band just stopped the song. That's been going on for like what I thought fucking 10 hours. Silence. Air condition goes on. Blow that stank out. Blow that stank out. Walking home. We were walking to the booze cruise. Nick goes, fuck that guy. Ruined my birthday, bro. I'm like, nah, man, we still got the booze cruise lined up. Cheer up, Buttercup. We're good. Next day, me, Sean, and Nick were sleeping in the same bed. Not same bed. Same room. First thing that happened when we woke up Nick's first words, can't believe that fucking guy farted on me last night. He's my best friend. I can't lie to my best friends, okay? I was laying there cuddled up like a fucking little cuddle bear. I was like, guys, I gotta come clean. And then they're like, what? I'm like, I farted last night. I cleared out a whole bar because of my stink. And then Nick just goes, we laughed for like a half hour, fucking belly laughing, tears going down our face. And he was just like, bro, you're King Dewey. That shit is nasty, bro. Oh my God. Wild. But the one thing I will miss, though, when I stop my ways is partying with drunk girls. Not in a sexual manner, just because there's so many different types of drunk girls out there, you know? Guys, there's two types of drunk guys. There's a dude who gets loaded, he gets beer muscles, and he just wants to fight everybody. And then you have the one dude he's drinking, and then he just pukes, falls asleep, that's it. Like, that's all we have. That's all we have to offer. Girls are a different beast. The notorious shot girl. Everybody knows this girl, the shot girl, right? She's just like at a bar. I go up to her. I'm like, hey, you want me to buy you a beer? She goes, what? You don't think I can take a shot? I can take a shot. I'll fucking take a shot right now. Let's take a shot, bitch. I'm like, oof. 3 shots for her, and I'll go fuck myself over here. Second girl, the emotional wreck girl. This is the girl that just got out of a relationship that she thought was serious, but it really wasn't, you know? And, you know, she's just like all about herself. She's like, I broke up with Greg. I'm doing me right now. I'm a princess. He ain't my king. I'm doing me. He ain't shit. You're like, all right, yeah. Greg ain't shit. And she's fine the entire night until she gets drunk. And then everything bad that ever happened to her in her life starts coming out. She's talking about daddy problems. She's on her period. And then you see her texting, and her best friend is like, who are you texting? And she's like, it's fucking Greg! We're supposed to be together! We're supposed to have a house with a white picket fence with fucking dillies! And he's messing around out there with some whores. I hate him! Her friend's like, yeah, fuck Greg. Yeah. Next girl, the newly single girl. This is the girl that goes out. She's going to flirt her way to free drinks all night. She's going to be leading you on. I'm on the dance floor with the girl. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm getting it in tonight. Ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah, ooh. And then I go to get us a drink. I come back, and she's dancing with somebody else. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I thought we had something. This is the girl that's going to lead you on the entire night and not do shit with you. Nothing at all. My favorite girl of all time, favorite party girl, the song girl. This is a girl, she doesn't go out to get drunk. She's not going out for one-night stands. She's just sitting there with her one cran vodka all night, just listening to every song. She's like, ooh, yeah. Ooh, this is my song. This is my song. Ooh, yeah. To every fucking song. I'm like, really? Who Let the Dogs Out is your favorite song? Wild. I already see it in my head, though, when I do stop my ways, my partying ways. It's going to be like an NBA retirement jersey. You know, it's like when the jersey gets lifted to the rafters. But instead of a jersey, it's just going to be a list of all the disappointments my parents had of me my entire life, just lifting up to the rafters. That was me from 16 to 17. Yeah. 18. Oof, 19 was rough. Yikes. As I'm drinking. I don't know how I got this way, guys. I was born a Catholic schoolboy. I'm a son of God. But don't let those little funny outfits fool you. We were crazy. We were degenerate gamblers. I'm talking about recess. We're playing quarters. People walking around with colored leather cases, quarters, ones, betting. We're not pussies either. We're not scared of pain. I'm talking bloody knuckles. Punching knuckles until one draws blood. That's what we did. They made out with girls underneath the church steps. I didn't. Okay, first off, can we just I can't believe in grade school for a half hour of our day, they just threw us into an empty-ass parking lot and called that shit recess. I'm sorry, I don't have that SpongeBob box of imagination where I could fucking do all this cool shit. Throw us out there with nothing. It's wild. It's a sin, too, because we had nuns who worked at our school. We had some crippled nuns, or as I like to call them, Virgin Mobile. I'm sorry, Mom. I don't know. I mean, I grew up in a world with the American dream, where you could be whatever you want. My parents told me that when I was a kid. They're like, Chris, you could do whatever you want in this world. Don't let anybody tell you different. Hey, look at my eyes, sweetheart. You could be whatever you want. So my parents told me this. I was like, cool. I'm going to be a superhero, you know? Not knowing that they just tell us that to make us study harder. So when my friends were studying, I was busy trying to get spiders to bite me, like Spider-Man. Yeah. I even went as far as trying to convince my parents to leave through the back doors of theaters like Bruce Wayne did in Batman. I would have been the Dark Knight in a completely non-bulletproof wetsuit riding around Philly in a 93 Honda Civic with my Pug Jingles as my sidekick. But I decided to give up on being a superhero. But then I saw an ad in the paper for laser eye surgery. And I thought to myself, I would love to shoot lasers out of my eyes. The pursuit to be a superhero is back on. But it just turned out to be a total scam, you know? I should have known something was up when I met up with the doctor, you know, for the briefing before in my superhero concert, which was a blanket wrapped around my neck as a cape and my underwear outside of my pants. He was looking at me like I was completely ridiculous. But then he went on with the surgery anyway. And then he charged me $30,000 to basically just steal my glasses away from me. I can't even see through walls. That's bullshit. I grew up playing video games. Any video game players in here? That was lame. No video game players in here? Yeah. I grew up playing Super Mario Brothers. When I was older, Super Mario Brothers, anybody for Super Mario Brothers? Yeah. Yeah. When I was younger, I was like, this is the greatest game in the world. And then seeing it from an older perspective, Super Mario Brothers is a game about two plumbers who do no plumbing whatsoever. In fact, as far as I can remember, they take shrooms until they think they're in medieval times with castles and princesses. Sometimes they beat up random strangers. Sometimes they think they can fly. I bet you in real life, Bowser was just their angry old neighbor. Peach was just the town whore that gets around. And Toad was just a midget drug dealer that deals to everybody. Wild, man. Video games have been, you know, the realest video game, I'll tell you nowadays, living in Philadelphia, is Grand Theft Auto. Yeah. That's because when I was driving down to the show tonight, somebody opened up my door, punched me in the face, threw me on the ground, and drove away in my 93 Honda Civic. Wild. Anybody have anxiety in here? You guys are fucking liars. I have horrible anxiety. A lot of my anxiety stems from being a cancer survivor. I don't want the pity claps now, guys. You guys ruined it. Yeah. I battled ALL, leukemia, cancer from age 4 to 8. I have the ribbon right here tattooed on my arm with my dates. But the cool thing about this tattoo, though, is it's the first ever scratch and sniff. Yeah. If you scratch and sniff, you can smell it. It smells exactly like chemotherapy. Yeah. Yeah. The one thing that sucked through cancer, right? I had the works, chemotherapy, loss on my hair. Worst part, I had this permanent scar on my chest, and it's not even a cool scar, so I can't even make up a cool story about how it happened. Like somebody tried to jump me, I beat off 6 dudes, they tried to stab me. I got stabbed once, but knocked off everybody else. It's just like small, pink. I'm gonna be honest, guys, it looks exactly like a rectangular vagina. That's exactly what it looks like. Yeah. It sucks because it was summertime and I'm down the beach, you know, and it's just so hard to enjoy myself with all these senior summer kids trying to finger my chest pussy. Yeah. Yeah. What they say for anxiety, though, they're like, hey, go to the gym. I'll go to the gym. I go to Planet Fitness. Any Planet Fitness goers in here? No, you guys just are mentally stable and you don't go to the gym. That's sick. I go to Planet Fitness. It's a judgment-free zone. But let me tell you guys, I'm judging everybody who's in that place, okay? They had the little 16-year-old freshmen. They're just trying to get a little pump because they think it's going to help them get laid. You have the dads who you could tell don't want to be there, but they would rather be there for an hour after work instead of home with their families. Dude's just in a full suit on a treadmill like, oh, I hate my life. But at least it beats being home with Deborah and all her bastard children, that's for sure. Worst people, though, man. The worst people are the old people. And I'm not talking 50, 60. I'm talking 70, 80. They're there. They exist. Like you guys went to war and survived. You have nothing left to prove. But they go, they take up all the weights when I'm trying to get on them, and every single time I walk into that locker room, I just see a wiener hanging all over the place. It's disgusting. I've seen more weens in my 31 years of life than I've seen women. It's disgusting. But you know, I love their confidence. I'm 31 and I still shower with a bathing suit on because I'm not comfortable with my body. But I joined for all the wrong reasons, guys. I joined because every Monday at Planet Fitness is free pizza day. And I figured $20 a month for free pizza every Monday. Oh, that's a steal, baby. I gotta get it. Philly, though. I left the gym the other day. Fucking random dude. Never been before. He was going into his car. When I walked out of the gym, put my headphones down, we locked eyes, and he just goes, hey, fuck you, jerk off. And I didn't know what to say, you know. Fuck you, jerk off. That's like the Philly, hey, how you doing? I was sitting there all embarrassed, drinking my protein shake. I'm like, I don't know. What are you doing tonight? I don't know. Man, I want to like actually meet that guy. I also want to meet the first girl that was a girl that flashed her titties at a concert. Like, I want to know, she created a worldwide phenomenon that still exists today, you know? I want to know what concert it was at, and at what point at this concert did she just feel the need that she was just like, ah, just flash her titties. Like, what else did she create, you know? Maybe the rusty trombone, the finger in the asshole when you're giving a blowjob. Maybe she got really drunk in Cleveland one night and did the Cleveland steamer. I mean, I don't know. These are questions that I need answers to. Oh, man. I will tell you one thing, though. I'm happy to be engaged. I am happy to be getting married soon. Yeah. Because it sucks nowadays. There's online dating apps. There's all this. Ladies, did you know there's glow-in-the-dark condoms? Yeah. I don't even know what I would do with that. I feel like I would be assaulting you with a lightsaber, you know? But before my wife, I did do online dating, you know. I tried Tinder. Tinder had the same results for me as Pokemon Go. I tried to catch them all, but I just ended up lonely and not a master at all. It's hard, though. Like, every girl's dating profile is exactly the same, you know? Every girl's dating profile, a couple pictures, and then their bio is, looking for someone to go on adventures with. What the fuck does that mean? We live in Philadelphia, baby. The craziest thing we can do is walk in Kensington late at night without our cell phones. We could sneak our food and drinks into the movie theater before the movie. That'll get your blood flowing. I'll tell you about a couple dates I had before I met my lovely fiance. Like I said, I have IBS. I went on this one date. One date, you know, I had a date the next night. I felt clogged up. I just needed a release. So I took some X-Lax the night before. And I didn't go that night. So I went out with this girl. We went out. We went back to her house. And I don't know why. We were just, like, flirting. And I'm awkward. So it turned into, like, this awkward, like, fucking poking, like, twisting thing. I'm like, and she hit a part of my stomach. And I shit myself. Literally had the shits and giggles. It was horrible. The next girl, I was talking to her for a couple months. She texts me late at night. She goes, hey, Chris, come over. Nobody's home. I went over. Literally nobody was home. She wasn't even there. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Wild. And then the unlucky girl that let me do sex with her before I met my fiance. I literally had a panic attack halfway through. We're just doing like missionary basic stuff. I'm unathletic and I don't like bending. I was on top of her, and then my chest started getting tight, and I start hyperventilating a little bit. So I'm on top of her. I'm like, and she thought that like I was into it. So she's like, oh, you like that, don't you? And I'm on top of like, I lied and said that I came and I just passed out. She was like, ooh, my pussy was so good it made you pass out. I was like, baby, you don't even know. Forget that after sex cigarette. How about that after sex Xanax? That's what I'm talking about. Speaking of sex, I was watching a documentary the other day. It was about sharks. And it was like the basic stuff, you know. They like swimming at night. They're attracted to blood. They hate being called Jaws. All that bullshit. But there's a section in there about shark mating. You know, shark fucking. And they said that sharks like to have babies between the age of 9 to 12. And I was shocked by this. I'm like, I didn't even know what jerking off was at 9, let alone getting laid at 12. And then they actually showed the birth of a baby shark come out of the mom. And I was shocked by this. And they said after they give birth, they just abandoned them. They let them fend for themselves. There's no punchline there. I just thought that was really fucked up. We're scared of these crazy creatures, but in reality, they're all just deadbeat dads. But if you listen closely, you can hear that baby shark as he's swimming away. He just turns around and he just goes, hey, fuck you, jerk off. Guys, thank you so much. That is my time. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Before we end the show, I just want to thank every single comedian that came out and performed tonight for me, and all you guys who came out and supported me. I really appreciate it. Yes, thank you. There's just two people that unfortunately cannot be here tonight. My one best friend, Sean, who passed away a couple years ago, and my favorite cousin who passed away a year ago from cancer. So this is dedicated to them. So thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. Thank you.
Posted up away from y'all know what's up. Hater proof I get away from you. I can't stand your ass and you know it's true.